Hello.
Hello.
We're back. We're back.
We are back. It's time for North America, but perhaps these people are joining us and they didn't tune in to Europe. We had 6 maps of Europe, 3 best of 2s. Some were won and lost by various teams. Moving on to North America, we're going to have SK start kicking things off versus FakeOut Nation. What was their old name?
Sofa King.
Sofa King. Good. Sofa King. Good. Which, our admins were like, oh, we can't put that on. It's not a swear word, though. Sofa King. Good. Yeah. Sofa King, right?
Yeah, Sofa King.
Just keep saying it. Personally, I don't have a problem with that.
It's one of those things, isn't it? It's just that's how life is. Sometimes.
Yeah, it is what it is.
You just don't think about it.
Like we had Disco Doplan. We had Disco Doplan from Epsilon, who used to play for a team called Dirty Dildos, and I don't have a problem. That was the name of the team. It's just fact. Leaderboard time. We see that Immortals are leading the charge here. They've got 3 wins, which means they've won 3 best of 2s, 2-0. 1 draw, which means they've gone 1 for 1 in 1 match. And they haven't lost anything yet. Void is a team who dropped out, basically, called Prospect. I guess they're not a Prospect after all. Renegades second in the leaderboard at the moment. The Renegades are really exciting a lot of people at the moment. They have been doing good things recently. SK currently in 3rd position, and these are today's matches. SK in a double-header versus FakeOut Nation, and Immortals also versus FakeOut Nation. It's going to be a long day for FakeOut Nation.
Yeah. It's going to be...
Pistol time, never mind that. FakeOut Nation starting on the CT side. SK on the T side. Train picked by SK. Dan.
James.
Let's look at these FakeOut Nation names while nothing is going on. Shams, Quick, CJB, Lowrider, and Holt.
Lowrider.
You do see some lowriders in Atlanta. Do you have broads in Atlanta, Dan? That's a question.
No.
That song sucks, by the way.
Is that a song?
Every time I say I'm going to Atlanta, people tweet me and say, I've got broads in Atlanta. That song is terrible.
I've seen people mentioning that. And I assumed that there was some kind of meme going on, but I'm not part of these things anymore.
That song is poverty. It's a mad poverty song. It's not about poverty, but it's just, it sucks. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so we have a minute on the clock, and SK are taking their time. So we have coldzera and Taco and Fallen with their names the wrong way around today. That's fantastic. This is why do Americans do this? Or North Americans, should I say. Cutler did it. I remember when we first casted Cutler, we said Ret Luck. And there's that guy Ethan on CLG, I think, now. So it's just CLG players. We've got SK finally moving into the A site, and here comes the variant, smokes it down, and the Ivy player will be isolated. The Tech 9 is coming in, and this is indeed a raid boss. 3 kills Taco so far.
Yeah, this is not really a very good start, to be honest. And I wonder if this will confuse us. Taco, coldzera, and Fallen with backwards names.
I can deal with that.
I like how Ferret and FNX did not conform. Why did they not conform?
I can accept that. So on, let's see, on HLTV, they have an expected lineup of Shot Up instead of Holt. But we have Holt, so we will go with Holt. I hope that is his correct name, because we have had some name issues. As of late.
We got Diggs. They might provide issues for SK Gaming. Let's see. Probably not, because SK Gaming, they have an anti-force buy strategy. It involves going quickly to the bomb site, not leaving anything for chance. It is how you play rounds like this in the majority of cases. It is the default way to handle it, because it cuts out a lot of possibilities for problems. And why have problems when you cannot have problems, James? That is what I ask you.
That is very profound.
Thank you. Everybody so far is alive for SK Gaming.
This commentary is astounding.
I feel like they didn't lose anybody in the last round either, right? So it's not looking too fantastic for FakeOut Nation. I think they're yet to make a single kill. We'll have a look at that right now. Yes, that is indeed the case. No one from SK has yet died. It is surely a matter of time, though, until something like that happens. We'll have to see how well FakeOut Nation can match up against what is probably the best team in the world. I mean, there's no getting around that fact that this is probably one of the hardest teams to play against, because they have the best routine, the deepest strategy, tactics, and some of the best individual skill as well to tie it all together with some of the best in-game leadership.
Yeah,
you can't really. What do you do?
Deepest strategy and tactics. I like that. That's a good way to describe them.
because they've had so much time with this lineup to develop the layers to that as well. Which is, I think, that's the kind of problem when you have these shuffles that we've seen with Sweden, where you have the Godsent team and Fnatic, where they move switch players all over the place. The problem there is you kind of put the reset, you push the reset button on all of those tactics and strategies, which do rely upon your teammates and how you build relationships with them, within how your team plays, the structure for 14 different sides. That's crazy. It's a lot of work.
FakeOut Nation on the buy. The initial grenades are down. They have a few smoke grenades in the hole. Always nice to see CT's playing close to the A main area. That's a development we saw once the new train came out. Took a while to try and counter the pushes, the executes that were coming in towards the A sites. So we've got Shams playing in a semi-close position. Ooh. That grenade did 58 damage.
On the noggin. And I mean, we built up SK Gaming to set the scene. Now is the time to try to see what FakeOut Nation have going for themselves. Obviously, they also pissed around. This is their first proper buy. Quick has been unable to purchase Kevlar to be able to get the AWP, which is perfectly fine in this situation. But he's going to have to be able to defend here. SK have been trying to find picks early into the round. They've done some damage here or there. But here, this is what it comes down to. The set piece onto the A bomb site is being executed. How well will FakeOut Nation stand against it?
4 players in main, and Shams is going to get taken down immediately. We've got a rotation from B around to the back of A, so Quick needs to hold things down in the meantime. Molotov stopping him from getting where he wants to, and the flames will obscure his vision, and Fallen will punish him for standing in that place too long. Can't wait for those flames, buddy. Fur coming towards Ivy. Not a single player down for SK just yet. Fallen's got 2 kills. Fur finishing things off. SK very clean.
Well, no one's died yet in 4 rounds.
Very clean indeed.
Not one death for SK. When will the first death come? When will the first death arrive for SK?
Oh, wow.
You're just realizing now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, what if
I'm
it's
not
round 8 then? What if, could we see an entire team 007?
There's no way. There's no way.
But often you'll find on a Nika round someone will fall. But will it be?
I'm really curious now. This feels like this could be a thing. Let us see if it will be a reality. Okay, Taco leading the charge there. Cold to finish it off. Very nice team play there. Got some damage here and there on these players of SK, but so far they're all standing. Taco getting a little bit low there. And SK, they've got the pick that they need. Information is always going to be good, but I like how they're staying away from team main, especially with the AWP. I mean, it can be a little bit easy to get carried away in team main when you're by yourself. Let's see how Fallen's going to handle this situation. It's a little bit later into the round. They've already got a pick. You can see he's not trying to go too deep into team main just yet. Ooh, there we go. Holt goes in. Taco, he's still alive. It's Fur, the first man to die, not Taco. Fur has died a death, but otherwise this looks quite good for SK.
Bomb is going to safely move into the B-bomb site, so there's little to... Oh, never mind that. Now we've got problems. coldzera goes down, and that is that's an AK picked up. 2 AKs now on FakeOut Nation. And now the gauntlet run begins because Taco's got 3 HP, and they're going to try and hold the site down with 2 AWPs. This is a very sticky situation. Fallen needs to deliver. Spots one player, comes for the re-peek, and CJB smartly moves out of the way. Now the question for SK is where the other player is. There are no significant grenades here for SK. That smoke was the only smoke left, the only grenade left. Now they're both tagged, both in red health, and there's a big frag for, and he's going to move through that smoke, and now CJB still has an opportunity for a 1 versus 1, but look how hard this is for SK. Taco comes in for the late crouch pick, just CJB looks away, and SK survive with both AWPs in attacks as well. That could have been much worse.
And welcome, FakeOut Nation. You're a part of that club that gets $3,400 every time you lose a round. You have made it there. That means that they actually are able to spend a lot of money in this round. They have opted for the double AWPs. We have 4 AWPs on the map. FakeOut Nation, what can they get done with this? Quick and CJB. SK Gaming as well. Let's have a goosey gander, see how they're preparing the first phase of the round. Pretty much, well, I was going to say similar to most of them, but they're actually going to decide to charge in A very fast contact play coming in from SK, down onto the B bomb site, straight away getting the frag and committing themselves to the bomb plant. Taco so quick to behind the enemy lines. SK have an amazing position here.
3 people for FakeOut Nation in Connector. They're all huddled together, and we have Fallen moving close to them at the moment. And they're deciding to go for the save, it seems. And this is a smart decision because, indeed, choke points are real. So, especially against a team with the prowess of SK, would be somewhat suicidal. They'll be throwing money, bad money after good, good money after bad. They'll be throwing good money after bad in that situation. So it's better to try and save it.
I'm confused. You've confused me, James.
Good money after bad.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, let's take poker, for example.
Yeah.
You know, you're in deep in a pot.
Ah, I see. Yeah,
but
you get pot committed.
It's time to give it up. Yeah, it's time to give up the pot. But you don't want to. You try and bluff your way out of it, and you spend more money than you would need to.
Then you're committed.
When you've already lost.
God damn. Now I have
Good money after bad.
So that didn't work out too well for FakeOut Nation. That fast play from SK, they set it up very well. And actually, that was something I mentioned previously, I think, on the last matchup we had in the EU, where I was just saying that I'm a fan of the contact play when you're against the CT side and they have been ecoing for a while, been down in the doldrums, but finally they get that big buy, looking to set up with the ops, and then bam, fast contact play can really be very disruptive. A very big change of pace can throw off their timings as well. Ooh, that is dirty there from Cole. Dirty stuff indeed. Disgusting shot onto lowrider, who will now be in a shallow grave. 6-0, of course, is the score at the moment for SK, and they don't look like they're going to be slowing down anytime soon. And this is also always a great spot to pay attention to. When you're watching a team like SK, they have taken early round advantage as the Ts. This is basically a position where all teams in Counter-Strike, if you want to be a serious team, you have to understand how to play 5 versus 4. If you get that advantage early, it can be so huge for you to then develop the map control play when their rotations can be all messed up. You need to know how to play in those spots. And we can see SK, their movement, they've got 2 players towards team main still with the bomb. The rest of the lineup, the remaining 3, towards Secret there, looking to throw grenades in, likely going to go back for the pop dog play, try to fake it out a little bit, and basically compound the problem of a lack of defense. Look how the rotation is being pulled away from the A bomb site, but that's where the bomb is going. This is exactly what I'm talking about, abusing rotation, abusing your number advantage in a strategical way. Beautiful stuff from SK as they take over the A site.
CJB, last man standing. Should hear some jumping going on, but he is going to be shooting between the knees of, and that is a solid 7-0 so far for SK. Everyone but Quick has got a kill now for FakeOut Nation. He is veering very close to the fabled 007 van.
Yeah.
The fabled 007.
It is true. So, once again, the interesting thing for me is watching SK playing their advantages, and let's see if they're going to be able to get an advantage here. No, in fact, it will be lowrider picking up the initial frag as Fer tried to abuse a fast timing there. So, from the same token, we can look at SK for education again. If you're in that 4 versus 5, you lose that early pick situation, but you still have time on the round. What is your choice? How do you build the round as the T side? This is again another thing that a considered team will have in their back pocket and understanding how to play from this situation. So you typically don't want to go for picks, but we have a trade potentially being set up here. You can see the creep coming in. That angle's perfect from CJB though.
He's not expecting a second play there, however. And but it is cold with an AWP, so that's awkward for him. It's a very awkward angle, and Fallen will do the business. Cold holding the angle for the time being, and Shams misses the first shot. Doesn't get too many opportunities against a team like SK. So now we have Fallen and FNX trying to hold things down. We've got a player on high ground, which is lowrider, but FNX is coming in from the back. Fallen with a very defensive angle, and lowrider will get taken down, leaving Holt alone, trying to 1 versus 2 with no armor and an AWP and no grenades or a defuse kit. So not much going in his favor, and indeed Quick will make it to the 007, as pointed out by our beautiful assistant, Patrick. Not really assistant, more of a producer, but you know, that's what you say on a magic show.
Is this?
No, but it's just, I like the phrase, right?
So, hey, you call me out when I say nonsense. So
that is true.
So anyway, it was quite cool there to see how SK went for that 2-man push down the ramp, and how basically CJB was actually in the perfect position to deny what is supposed to be sort of a trade setup, which is really nice. Now, Quick here is in an interesting position. Ooh, what is this? Taco! He's running straight into the flames.
Look at this.
He's just running straight into the flames. And
he was trying to get styling.
Also a player there as well.
He wanted to get styling and profiling that.
I don't know.
But he just got barbecued.
He got barbecued.
He was made a piri-piri chicken there.
Brazilian barbecue. Okay, so 3 versus 5 now for SK. Once again, they find themselves, as in the previous round, at a 3 versus 5 disadvantage. Now, the positioning is all a bit odd because they've got players all over the place here. The bomb is over by Secret. I mean, what are you going to do with that? Nobody is nearby at this point. FX claims a quick kill, but they need to start finding a way to work their way back to the bomb, which is really the responsibility of Fallen, who is the AWPer. Ooh, FNX is dead now as well.
Meat shots.
Yeah, meaty indeed. So this looks, it could be the first round here for FakeOut Nation.
Ooh, you got to get that kill quick. Come on. Maybe he's feeling the pressure from the 007. He's like, oh man, I've got to get these kills. It's embarrassing. Got to ignore that. Don't worry about that stuff. Should be getting the kill all the time. The Shams is moving really quickly behind Fallen. I don't know if Fallen will hear this, but he's running out of time to get the kill. Oh man, this guy is absurd. Goes for the fake. He has no idea where Shams is. Shams is coming in from the back. A plant in the middle would be a good plant at the moment, and indeed he gets it down. So what is Fallen's play here? He doesn't know which side Shams is coming from, but seems to have a read, maybe based on the positioning, that he's coming in from the back. The flashbang will confirm it. He's got to start looking to his right now, and he's actually going to clutch the round. That is absurd.
Wow. That's so amazing. Also, because the funny thing is that flash actually hurts the retake, the one-on-one there, because Fallen did not know. He kind of guessed that it should be a player on the flank, but he didn't know 100%. That flash told him, and then just as you mentioned, he waited. He's like, okay, if he's walking, it's going to take him this amount of seconds to get to the right side angle, and he just times it perfectly. That is beautiful. 9-0. That's unreal. Okay, we'll get back to that in a moment. It's another fast play coming in. This is another round where SK Gaming go down 2 players to the 5 of FakeOut Nation. Can FakeOut Nation claim it? Can they close it this time around, though? Surely they must be able to.
This one might be harder. Taco putting another smoke out so we can try to get out there, but he's going to be facing multiple assailants at the same time. FNX coming in. Shams can't get a kill. Finally does. The bombs up top as well. Taco putting more work in. Fallen gets taken down, and finally FakeOut Nation will get a round on the board. But now things get even more scary, because if they lose this round, they're going to have no monies. Or actually, they might be able to buy because of how many people survived and the guns they picked up. But SK will be splashing the cash constantly, continuously.
That's all the splashing. More splashing than the kids' pool.
Why are you in the kids' pool?
I'm not. So the push comes in quickly again from SK Gaming as they... He's such a weirdo. So... and this time it's looking much better for SK. They don't go down 2 players immediately, so now the trades can actually be a game plan. Ooh!
Kobe!
See ya!
Has retired.
So Holt is the last man standing. What a daunting task. It's only Taco, it's only Cold, it's only FNX. You need to take down all 3 of them. On the A-bomb site, no less. Out of train. Good luck, friend. There's number 1, though. So that's a good start. But now his position has been given up. He knows, or rather they know, where he is. And now he's dead.
He's dead.
And they got, well, as you said, they will get reset on the loss bonus. They can,
excuse me,
I guess, just save once here, and then have a decent buy in the next round. So that's probably what they'll do. Indeed, it will be. But SK Gaming, they're on track for a bit of a stormer here for FakeOut Nation. It might be a bit of a rough day for FakeOut Nation, because they're playing SK Gaming, and then in the last 2 maps that they're playing, they'll be playing the second best Brazilian team. So,
nice.
not really any relief there. Not really any relief.
A less than ideal situation.
Yeah.
So 1 to 10, and they are back on the eco, and SK are charging into the B-bomb site with a lurker towards A main. There is a flank coming in, so perhaps a kill can be stolen from lowrider and Holt. Only one of them has a P250, the other has the stock pistol. Indeed, it's FNX who may be vulnerable, but no, they're not going towards main. So, clean out will happen. Oh, actually, FNX will get taken down. One of the two players will be able to get the double dink in and steal away a weapon.
So, it's going to be a tough life here for FakeOut Nation. I don't really know if there's any way... I don't know if you can... Is there something you can say that's positive about this? Maybe
yeah, if they get bopped on this map, or both maps, it's still fun for a team like that to play the best team in the world.
That's true. That's true. It's part of the dream.
I mean, they can also have a direct comparison of SK's play and their own play on both sides of the map, or maybe the T side rather, since they're getting wrecked at the moment, and see how they can improve themselves, what they can take or steal from the SK side of things.
The other thing
not just what they execute, but how they the thought process behind it.
Could be one of those spots where it's like, oh, I can't think of a similar story right now that can come to mind, but as an example. But it could be one of those spots where like they play them now, they get destroyed, and then in like a year's time, they manage to like qualify for the league or something.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
You know, that kind
but
of
I mean,
story.
it is a round robin. They could still qualify for the league.
This is true.
Yeah. But anyway, let's see how things continue in the last rounds of the first half. 4 people in the A side, something that's reasonably common. Not consistent though. You can start with 2 people towards B as well, but it's not often that you'll see a charge in towards the bomb site at a professional level. Holt misses a shot, and he had many people to shoot there. Misses all of them, and they will move into an interesting position. Now, FakeOut Nation don't know if there's going to be... This is a rare split of the B bomb site through CT spawn. You don't see this ever, pretty much. But for the FakeOut Nation players who were in the A site, they have to be scared of their back and their front. You don't know if people are coming through main, pop dog. This is a very horrible situation to be in for the CT side.
I love this strategy. It was like one of the classics on in some of the older iterations of the game, which it can be very hard these days to pull off stuff like that, especially because of the strength of the grenades. It's harder to get those fast movements as a team, I guess. That might be one of the reasons why you would see it less. Molotov, smoke's pretty good, all that business. Either way, we'll have SK Gaming just going for the hunt. FakeOut Nation are the hunted, but will the hunters be satisfied?
Satisfied.
Fallen's getting in there now. As a trio. Oh, don't stand up. No, why would you do that? Why would you stand up? That's not good. He took one peek, just one, and you instantly are dead.
But
that
it's too
sucks.
long, man. It's like if you're going for a retake on Dust 2 through short, you jump on Xbox. If you stand up, you crouch again immediately. You don't just stand there, because you're gonna get. If someone's there, you're gonna get shot in the face, because they'll see you the trajectory of your jump, and you're gonna get ruined. So you stand and you crouch immediately, just in case, as a precautionary measure. And from that distance, he doesn't need to stand. He looks up if no one's close. You know, he looks up and goes down. No one's close, and he's all good in the hood. 12-1, perhaps to be 13. Shams gets taken down early. Holt only has a deagle. CJB alone towards B. He's moving really far back as well. And it's Holt who's rotating to look to help him. But again, he's a deagle boy. That said, Quick is the AWP man on the team at the moment. Taco gets taken down. Still 2 plays over towards IV. Perhaps waiting for another peek to come in from FakeOut Nation.
So it's another cool spot, really, where you can look at SK and be like, okay, so SK... Because it all depends on if SK are taking it seriously or not. Because there can be spots where they get a little bit... They don't go to some of their more tight strategies because they feel like, oh, you know, we can just be a bit more loose, be a bit more carefree in these spots because we can just, you know, just do it with the individual skill. So I'm hoping that they, you know, take it somewhat seriously, some of these spots, and so you can, you know, try to learn a little bit about how they play from those spots. And here it was basically just a very simple split. They'd already got the initial pick on the A-bomb site, spreading the defense effectively. So just playing the trades in both from Pop Dog as well as Ali, which naturally splits the remaining players on the site, which is just generally hard to deal with, especially if, you know, you've got hard hitters, like pretty much everybody on SK Gaming is. So 13-1 will be the score in the end, at the end of that affair. And now it's time for FakeOut Nation to bring out the UMPs. The UMPs.
UMPs, a Mag 7 On to CJB. The scout onto Shams. It is the last stand in the first half, and this map could be brief. With 13 kills on the board already, but Quick has other ideas, which will be quickly shut down by coldzera.
We don't like your ideas.
Your ideas suck. 3 versus 4. Smoke's going into connector, smoke off the choke point. He's trying to draw players towards B, but it seems FakeOut Nation realized that there's only one player in the B bomb site, so they're still keeping 2 towards A. Down goes Shams, and the bomb is now on the rotation towards B, but CJB is in Pop Dog, and he's the last man standing. He could shut this down. He's not going to be able to do that on this occasion. 14-1. This could be a quick one, Dad.
It could be a very quick one indeed. Well, it's very, well, yeah. It's
just say yes, Dad.
It's going to be a quick one. I mean, it could be a quick one. Yes, James. So,
how is that such a difficult response?
I don't know, mate. It's been a lot of casting, a lot of speaking. Words are hard. Words are difficult. C'est difficile. I probably shouldn't go to other languages right now.
No.
Probably should avoid that.
Struggling with English.
Struggling with my own.
Let's not go to French. All right, so let's see what FakeOut Nation have to offer on the pistol round. I mean, talking about, I think SK are one of the more disciplined teams in the respect of playing seriously at all times. You know, they're not going to play lazy Counter-Strike. Because, again, I feel like that kind of behavior will just often enforce bad habits.
I agree,
which
absolutely, yeah.
can creep up in times where you really don't want them to.
For me, it's always about, if you're really playing seriously, it's about dominating your opponent. Because if you have a bit of an easier time, oh, that's great, you can still win, whatever. But no, no, no. You want to be that team that cultivates that mindset, that you dominate your opponents, that you never give mistakes, because that makes you more intimidating to play against. It gives you a better reputation. It's a very big difference, and it's something that I had to learn, because especially when you, like back in the days when I was playing a lot and competitively, because the problem is when you play a lot, when you practice a lot, it expends so much focus and energy, just the pure stamina you need to always play at your best, no matter how easy the match is very difficult, to be honest. It's actually very hard to do that. But you want to develop that stamina. It's a training tool, so it's just a point in which you can take it and say, instead of being lazy, I'm going to use this as a point to work on my stamina in that sense, my focus. So yeah, it is a good quality, and SK are a team that definitely have that, and that is fantastic, because I really enjoy watching a team that doesn't let anybody in or give any edges away. It's fun to watch. The pinnacle. Counter-Strike perhaps, and you can see already there's a bit poking there from FakeOut Nation. They will spot Fur. Fur's only spotted 1 so far, doesn't tell them too much. I think they're ready to go though, James. They're ready. The Mandem is ready.
So here we go, coldzera coming in for the late pick again, just as Quick looks away, and he will get finished off. And that's going to leave Shams on his own on the site. He'll get quickly picked off as well. 3 versus 4. There's still opportunity here. Fallen goes down as well as Fur, and now the bomb can get planted. But we've got a flank coming in from Pop Dog. That's from Taco. No one's checking at the moment. Lowrider moving into position just in time, takes him down. And another flank now from Taco towards Ivy position, but Holt is waiting for him. This could be hard for SK.
Yeah, it's not the easiest approach back in there, but that's going to be a good start for Taco. Indeed, that kit on FNX will help the situation. Just CJB left now. He's got to do it, but he can't. Both players that remains for SK Gaming, the remainders of SK, they pull it out of the bag for the 15-1 game point now for SK Gaming, and that is going to be tough. They have to do FakeOut Nation, of course, as there is no margin for error now, and they are going to be pulling out some of the Galils. At least they got the bomb down, so they have a bit more cash to work with in this round. So just the lone Galil on lowrider, and Deagle's Tech 9s otherwise. Good handful of grenades. In this round, you pretty much just expect that A set piece, to be honest, and they are lining up the grenades to execute said A set piece, and we'll have to see how successful they are.
SK lined up 3 players towards A. Oh, ooh, Fur is okay. There's a smoke down there. Is that Fur down there? No, it's coldzera. Excuse me. looking to thwart the efforts of the T side. Is that going to throw them off their game? I hear smokes. Maybe they've chosen to execute anyway, but will they push behind these smokes? SK moving deep, almost 3 men in one alley. That's never going to be good. Very deep into A, looking to fight fire with, well, let's talk about timing. There goes the fire. Holt, though, off to a good start, but there is a trade fragger ready and waiting, and FNX may be running distraction. Indeed, Fur pops out and pops off on Holt. FakeOut Nation maybe having second thoughts here, and that could lead to their demise. 3 players left, 2 Tech-9s and a Deagle.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder right now because, again, they haven't really gotten the value out of the grenades being picked off early. It does not bode well. Nice, it was a nice kill from Holt, though, to make life a little bit easier. But right now, SK Gaming are just playing retake here. Ooh, Taco is looking for the spray, the continuation there to get the second kill, but he won't be able to deny the bomb plant. But that frag turns it from a 3 versus 4 to a 2 versus 4. Still some smokes to be used here, but they will just be pinned in by the bomb site. There's no HEs to throw, so that's something. That's a nice pick off there as well from Shams. He can try to get forwards now, but he's the only man against 3. It would be an impressive feat to save the round in this situation. There's one. Can he get the second? He was close, but it won't happen, and that's going to be the 16-1 for SK Gaming in map 1. And that is a very difficult situation for FakeOut Gaming, FakeOut Nation, sorry. To see whether or not they can do better on the second map, but I mean, you're against the best the world has to offer, more or less. So
yep.
It's always going to be a hard one.
Good experience, though.
It is. On
the first map, and again, it's lots of information for them to review. SK looking sharp as always, and probably all there is to say about that one.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a more competitive match in the second map. We'll see you back here after the break.